Good morning. My name is Nina Kachura, and I am married to John Robert Kachura, who's an angio interventional radiologist at UHN.
I can understand and empathize that sometimes being a physician, being in the OR all the time, it does take you away from family.
Yeah, those are his other children. He's got 5 sons, plus he's got the fellows.
So what were your first thoughts when he said radiology and interventional radiology?
He's a rock star.
That's amazing. So you're Professor Kachura's wife, and
Yes.
for all you're listening, Professor Kachura is also the fellowship director. And now we're here interviewing his wife to know how he is behind the scenes and what it means to be a wife of an interventional radiologist. But first things first, when and how did you meet, and how do you meet a radiologist?
Well, my husband and I met when I was 16 and he was 17.
Okay, so this is pre-radiology then.
We were friends. We met at Ukrainian Bandura camp in the Catskill Mountains.
Bandura?
Yes, Bandura is a Ukrainian national instrument with 54 strings, and he
Okay.
was my Bandura teacher.
So Dr. Kachura
Is
is a
very-
music expert.
He's very musical, and he loves to sing.
He loves to sing as well. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is a side I did not know about him after working with him for 7 years.
Yes.
And that's when you met and you've stayed.
We were good friends, and whenever there was a Ukrainian function, we would meet up either in Canada or the U.S. because I'm American. I'm from New York City, Queens.
Oh, okay.
And,
the camp was in the U.S.?
The camp was in the Catskill Mountains.
Okay.
And Ukrainian bandurists usually have lots of concerts and workshops, and usually they travel to different states or in Canada and have camps, and that's when we kept in touch. And then we started dating more seriously when I was in university and he was at U of T, medical school.
Pre-med and stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
when he was
wow.
in pharmacy.
So you probably have seen various sides of him being a musician, which I've not seen. But then later, I think you've also seen him going to med school and then
Yes.
choose radiology and interventional radiology.
That's right.
So what were your first thoughts when he said radiology and interventional radiology?
So
Like, how did he explain the whole
So
thing
first
to
he
you?
was in pharmacy at U of T for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, this is not for me. And he didn't tell me he was applying to medical school. And he got into U of T medical school, called me, told me he got in. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then he was interested in internal medicine, but then he was introduced to radiology.
Mm-hmm.
And then he loved it. And then he was introduced to interventional radiology. And then he's like, oh, this is for me. And then we got married. Actually, we got married right when he graduated medical school in 1989. So I went
Oh,
through
wow, okay.
I went through everything with him. Yes.
That's amazing. So maybe you don't meet a radiologist. You need to meet radiologists before they become radiologists, I guess.
Yes, because they're so busy.
But that's amazing that, from a music teacher, he's now an interventional radiologist.
Yeah.
John is an interventional radiologist.
Yeah.
And interventional radiologists are known to be amazing at work, very precise with their fingers. They can work wonders. They can pull miracles by going into tiny arteries, stopping bleedings, or opening up tiny vessels. Is he the same as at home? Is he very handy?
Handy meaning like, can he like fix things around the house?
Yeah.
No, but I know I know he could fix people. But he's a good problem solver.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that he uses at home with the children, all the 5 boys we have, problem solving with them.
Oh, that's amazing. So you have 5 kids?
Yes, 5 sons.
Amazing. And what do they think about John and his profession?
They see that he works really hard because when they were little, they didn't really see him too much because of his hours. But I was always home with the children. I was lucky enough to stay home with them. But they see that tato, which is dad in Ukrainian, tato's always working. So maybe that's only why one son was interested in radiology and the other's not.
Oh, so one son is interested in radiology.
Yes, yes.
That's amazing. So he has managed to convince 1 out of 5 to do radiology.
I don't know about convincing, but that's one of them that they just love it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank
And
you.
what other impact has John had over your life and your kid's life, and what values has he imparted?
The values that he's given to our children is being hardworking, giving to the community, have fun with life, joking around. He's the funniest guy I know, actually. And
I've heard that from a lot of his fellows as well. He
Yes.
has like a very deadpan style of humor.
yes, yes, he could make you laugh really hard.
Absolutely.
Give him a microphone. He could be a comedian or a singer. Yeah, so
A singer as well?
Yes.
A musician, singer, comedian. Oh my God.
He's a rock star.
That's amazing. We knew he's a rock star at work, but I
Right.
didn't know that he was a rock star in a totally different, sense of the word.
Yes, yes.
That's incredible. So one of the sons is a radiologist, going to be a radiologist.
Yes, my oldest Jacob, he's 29 years old. He's at McMaster University, first year radiology resident. Then there's Joseph, who's 28. He's an engineer.
Okay.
And then there's Avram, he's an engineer. He's 26. Then there's John, who is an engineer. He's 23. And then there's little Luke, who is in second year engineering at UBC Okanagan campus.
Wow. So 4 engineers and 1 doctor.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
We're really proud.
My sister saw me working hard during med school, and she decided, I'm not doing med school, I'm doing the diametric opposite of it, and she became an engineer.
Oh.
So I guess maybe that factored in the rest of the
Yeah,
kids.
a lot of problem solvers, I guess.
Absolutely. That
Yes.
kind of goes in the family, I guess.
Yes.
So does he want to be an interventional radiologist as well?
We don't know yet because he's just first
Just
year.
started?
Radio. But maybe, I don't know. He likes all those contraptions they use,
Gadget.
the gadgets.
Absolutely. I think he's on target to be
Right,
an interventional
right.
radiologist there.
Yes, exactly.
So one thing about being an interventional radiologist, especially after COVID, to a certain extent, if you're in diagnostic radiology, you could do 1 or 2 days at home, especially if you just have outpatient CTs to read or something like that. However, the life of an interventional radiologist is very different. You've got to be there always, see the patients, follow them up. And not just that, even after doing the procedures and then coming back home, there's always this element of what if something goes wrong, and when there are complications, to think about it, deal with it, or if they had a bad day. So how has life been at home dealing with all of this? One, that he's always busy and not available, and then when he's available, was he preoccupied at work, and were there any sacrifices you and your family had to make?
Well, yeah. So interventional radiology, I didn't really know much about it because I knew radiology was like reading x-rays in the dark room. And then when he started interventional radiology, I really didn't understand about it until he started coming home with like bloody shoes on, like splattered blood. I'm like, please don't do that anymore. Wear those shoe covers or leave those shoes at work. So his schedule is really, really busy. And I just got used to it, I suppose. So when he was home, we embraced the time that we had together as a family. I would have to rely on neighbors to help out. These kids had hockey, they had Ukrainian school, they had Ukrainian Boy Scouts, Plost, violin lessons. So it was hard, but I was flexible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you were very understanding to kind of
Understanding.
complement his
Right.
lifestyle, I guess, like being. There's this saying in my language in which it's take care of the village or take care of your neighbors, and then the village will take care of yours. I think in a poetic way, that's what John was doing. He was taking care of everything else,
Yes.
and then your kids, everybody else, were taking care of him
Right.
as well.
But he would always answer the call. Like he used to
Yeah.
have that pager and I would have like a
Oh,
code
you would
system.
page him?
I would page him.
Oh, wow, that's okay. That's amazing. It's like, yeah, this is an emergency. Yeah, we need to.
There was and we had a code if it was an emergency.
Oh, okay, okay.
If like a son needed to go, like there was a couple of accidents, someone broke his arm, someone did this, he wasn't there, so I would have to ask a neighbor to come, please watch my kids, I have to go to the hospital. And then I would call him and he would be working. I'm like, can you please come now? And he couldn't because he had a patient on the table. So, that was hard.
Yeah, I can understand and empathize that sometimes being a physician, being in the OR all the time, it does take you away from family.
That's right.
And it's amazing that he has such a supporting family around him.
Thank you.
To be able to understand that and, give him that space to do what he does best as well.
Yeah, because he loves what he does.
Absolutely. He's incredibly passionate about what he does. And not just what he does, he has been an amazing mentor to so many generations of trainees and fellows and staff under him. And anybody who I speak with who have been trained by him hold him in extremely high regard. Not just as someone with extremely good skills and a good teacher, but also as an amazing person who has always gone out of his way to help the trainees, mentor them, get them where they need to be, and even otherwise in personal ways help them.
Yeah, those are his other children, those fellows. He's got 5 sons, plus he's got the fellows.
Oh, yeah. So he has a lot of kids running around.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's a father figure to probably a lot of fellows who have kind of come up, I guess. And at home, what did quality time mean to you?
Okay, quality time when he comes around. We usually spend time playing game. Like family time is dinner together because he usually has to sleep in when he's been on call. So we let him, be quiet, everybody. Tato's sleeping.
Does he cook?
No.
Okay.
But that's okay. I cook. I like to cook. And we play games or we'll watch movies on Netflix. Right now, he loves hockey. So we watch hockey together. We watch the Blue Jays. We watch football together. Netflix. We, play tennis at, nearby. So, and family night games.
As in board games and stuff?
Yes, like, or card games, board games, like code names we love, Tapple we love. I'm a teacher, so I always find like really fun games to play.
That's amazing.
And he's very competitive.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
He wants to win, always. Even when the kids were little, playing basketball in our front of the house.
I mean, that would have been really interesting for the kids because I think that, it teaches them to be competitive at a young age.
Right, so there's 6. So, 5 boys and their father. So they would always have like 2 teams. And I would be like watching, making sure it was okay.
Oh, that's such an amazing sight, knowing that John, I see John as someone who's a giant in his field and doing his thing, but it's just so nice just to know that he has such a soft side, playing board games with his kids in his time off.
But he wants to win.
Yeah, but he wants to win all the time. So Nina, when Dr. Kachura is at work and sometimes he's on call as well, what does a normal day look like at home for you?
Well, he usually leaves when I'm still sleeping.
Okay.
And always kisses me goodbye. So I don't see him, but I do have his phone number now. Before it was his pager. So basically, when the kids were young, I would have to drive them to their schools by myself, make their lunches and so on. But drive them to their hockey, Ukrainian school, everything I would do by myself. I do the house chores. He does take out the garbage, which is good.
Oh, nice.
And the recycling. But I'm the household manager. I'm the CEO of the house.
CEO of the house, yeah.
That's right. So I'm on top of everything right now.
Absolutely.
And back then I was as well.
Amazing.
And I didn't have a nanny. I just I wanted to raise my children myself.
That's incredible.
I did have cleaning lady once a week, but I would just do everything by myself.
Wow, you have perfectly complemented his life, I guess. And I'm assuming that there were some days in which he would have to rush back to the hospital, midnight or something for another procedure as well.
Right.
And
He would come home. I would hear him come home maybe at 3 a.m,
Mhm.
have his little snack before he goes to bed. But then sometimes he goes back.
Mm.
Like it's 2 a.m. He's like, I better take a quick shower because they want me back if I could fit that in. Or sometimes he just leaves. And I'm like, oh, wait. And then I get worried. I'm like, where are you? So I do worry about that sometimes. Where are you?
No, I can assure you that John's in the OR all day, every day with so many patients. And quite a lot of these stuff which I think John does is also a lot of these emergencies in which there's somebody who's bleeding internally in a vessel, and the only way to kind of arrest that bleeding is to put a tiny catheter in and block that particular vessel.
Right.
And when he's on call, he'll be the only person able to do those procedures. And unfortunately, that means that even after he goes home, we kind of often have him back here. And
Yeah. Busy.
yeah, it's pretty busy. And like usually a CT gets done, and then I'm reading it, and there's a bleed, and I know that they're going to wake John up, and then, just apologize to John. Hey, sorry, but you're needed. I guess.
So it's nice that doctors work together that way because, he says he problem solves, helps other doctors figure out what's wrong, and you guys work together, which is great.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think that division has, the super specialization has become more and more as time goes by. So I think even in intervention, John has his areas where he does stuff which no one else among his colleagues of interventional radiologists do. And the same goes for diagnostic as well. So me and John, so I work on the diagnostic side of renal masses. And that's one of my primary interests, and most of my research is in that. And John works on the intervention side of it, in which it's just ablating it and burning it away or freezing it away. Mm-hmm. And then we are in this tumor boards with the urologists, as well as the radiation oncologists and the pathologists, who are all involved in diagnosis. So we biopsy the mass, and then we send it to the pathologist, who tells us what it is. And then we are in this tumor board deciding what is the best approach. So based on imaging, I would say, hey, why don't you consider this? And then we'd all put our opinions together. Mm-hmm. And each of us having a very tiny niche of expertise, but when you put all together, it becomes a beautiful structure, which is perfect for the patient, mm-hmm. works really well.
That's great.
And in a way, I think that's what you're saying about family, in which, he has his niche areas. He, works in the hospital. He's able to take care of the family, but he still takes out the garbage, has these board game sessions with the kids and tries to win. But then in a perfectly complementing way, you're taking care of the family and, taking care of the kids in an amazing way. So in a way, it's just a perfect harmony, both in the hospital and at work and at home. So is there any advice you would like to give to physicians in general to let them know about more, or be more cognizant of what you face at home? Any words of advice for physicians? And similarly, do you have any words of advice for other, spouses like you who are CEOs of the house?
Well, I like it when my husband comes home and shares what he's done at work, mm-hmm. just so we have that connection. Like, he has really sad stories to tell me, and sometimes he has amazing stories where he's helped so many people. He gets beautiful cards from his patients, and he shares it with our family. And I think that's so touching. And, people are so kind. On my half is I share what I've done during the day, or I'll take a photo. Look what I did outside today, just to show him that I do things as well. And I tell him about my day at school when I'm teaching. So we compare notes. I think that's important to have that, chit-chat time. And, it's hard, when the children were young. And, it was hard when he was at work. But, you just figure it out.
Amazing. So I think that's very interesting you bring it up, because most physicians think that, hey, I don't want to tell my spouse what a hard day I had at work because I don't want to burden them with what I'm going through, or a patient, some complication happen. But I think what you're saying is that you'd rather hear that because that helps build the connection, both good or bad.
Yes.
And that keeps, you as well as him knowing that it's us against the world rather than, you take care of this, I take care of this, and it has that family bond together. So that's great advice. Yeah, maybe I think more physicians should follow that. And similarly, as you do, probably more spouses at home should do that as well. Hey, this is what I did at home, and it's nice to be connected that way. It's great.
Yeah, I think IR is amazing, though, also how it's so non-invasive. Like, he doesn't have to open up a person to help them.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing.
It's just magic that way.
Yeah, it is.
And even crazy is that, like, the tiny opening which he's doing would be in a place completely unrelated to the original. Like, for example, if he's working on the liver, he might just choose to go through the leg and then go and, inject some stuff in the liver or, ablate something there. And it's just unbelievable what they're able to do.
Right. Or he told me about the time when he was drilling into someone's bone, like a teenager. And then I knew the mom of this teenager. She told me she was really happy with the turnout, like ablating some, I don't even know, osteoma or something.
Yeah, osteoid osteoma.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
but
very,
he like
very...
drills into someone. I'm like, what? I didn't know IR people do that.
Absolutely. So osteoid osteoma is a very tiny bone abnormality, but can cause incredible amounts of pain. So the only way to treat that used to be that you needed to cut out that whole piece of bone. But now it's usually the end of the bone. So if you cut out the whole piece of bone, so what do you do to fill that whole gap, right? And that causes so much other problems. But now he's able to just make a tiny drill hole, go there, just burn that area so that the rest of the bone is okay, and just that's completely taken care of.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So a lot
So he shares things like that with me, as long as I don't see pictures or blood.
That's amazing. Yeah, just leave the blood and bloody shoes at the hospital. Just bring back the stories.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. For this last question, I think that this episode, Dr. Kachura is bound to be curious. He's probably watching. And is there anything you want to tell him? Tell directly to him. And we have a camera here. You can tell it to him directly here.
We love you, and we're so proud of you. And keep on going.
That's amazing. Thank you for supporting him at home and filling in all the gaps, and being an amazing mom to his kids, being an amazing wife to him, and being incredibly supportive on his journey.
Thank you.
That he can remove his glasses, put on a cape, become Superman every single day, and save as many patients as he can.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nina Kachura, wife of Professor John Kachura, interventional radiologist. See you on the next one.